Welcome everyone to another deck profile here on the channel from Dutch Nationals. I did already record this profile in the venue, but the file was messed up. Luckily though, Emily agreed on the recording the profile live again here on stream for the YouTube so everyone can see it. Emily played Rescue Ace as the only person in top 16, and yeah, how do you feel about your result for the weekend?
I'm really happy. I went 8-1 in Swiss, ended fifth place.
Yeah.
So I didn't expect to do that well, honestly.
What was your expectation before the event? Did you think did you have where you were thinking there was a possibility that you top, or was it very much out of sight?
I thought I was able to top, but I thought it was more like around the 30s, something like that. I didn't expect to get fifth after Swiss.
Fair, fair. Yeah, everyone make sure to also check out the featured match that you had in top 16, which was live on the official stream. That was against Quanto, funnily enough, and it was a pretty fun match to watch overall. And yeah.
Yeah, I did make a lot of misplays in that stream though, but it happens.
It happens, as you say. It happens for sure. So yeah, let's get into the list.
Yeah. So just the default two hydrants. It's,
Sure.
as I said, it's default. Then not everyone is on impulse, but I'm playing three. Just helps a lot with going second and just getting bodies on field.
For sure.
Um, then just the one lifter. Sadly, please bring it back to three. I really want it on three.
Yeah, it totally. It's, I mean,
um,
it's. I think it can come back at some point, right? Because
I think so too. I think it's completely fine. It's not unfair or anything.
yeah,
It's literally the worst starter of the deck. Then I had play engine and attacker, both for impulse targets just to have options. Engine is just to get started basically to have a starter on hand. Attacker is if I already have combo and if I need like board breakers, I can draw for the board breakers. It didn't really come up much, but it the option for it was really nice.
sure.
Then just the standard two preventer. Some people are on three, but I think two is just optimal. Then two turbulence, just standard. 3D a Bellstar, again standard.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And then the reason why I decided to play the deck Regulus.
Yeah, that was
Um,
interesting. Tell us about that, because honestly, that is something
yeah,
I've not really seen before in Rescue Ace.
yeah. Sadly, wasn't able to show it on stream, but basically with the Merrymaker and Sargas and Puzzlemino, you are able to make this like one card,
Hmm.
and with two card, like a 1.5 card combo, you went on Regulus, Appaloosa for two, and Hydrant on field. It's just absolute, plus your backer, of course. It's just absolutely insane, and it carried really hard this event. I also opened it like 8 times. I also opened it on feature, like the game two. I opened it.
Do you have a way
Sadly,
to
didn't get to.
get it going when you draw it, or is there just no way?
It's if I draw it, I can discard just a rescuer's machine
Oh,
with the
fair.
Bellstar.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
Um, and if I don't, I will just summon it once I have a rescuer's machine in my grave.
Yeah, yeah, true, true.
Like that's a lot of the time it can be on like the summon of turbulence, because then I could have tributed a machine for emergency, but that just depends on my hand.
Yeah, fair, fair, fair.
But I try to summon it before I do turbulence effects, basically.
Yeah, makes sense.
But it performed really well. I'm really happy with that. I chose to play that.
For sure.
Then the one Poplar, you can run two, but I think that's a bit too bricky. I just like it on just on playing one, just the normal one original.
Hmm.
Rhoda, of course.
At least a second
Uh,
airlifter, kinda.
yeah, at least it's on two, I guess.
Yeah,
It's also good to search impulse, so
true.
that I did search, like I did once went like full combo, and then at the end of my combo did Rhoda for impulse, and then he just gave up.
That works.
The one of each spell. Then I played two bonfire. didn't have the third one because I didn't have the money for it. Wasn't able to
Budget
get
deck
it.
profile confirmed.
Definitely budget. Then just the standard 3 emergency. It's just an absolutely insane card.
How often were you able to dodge stuff with emergency? Because that is just so clutch with the card too, right?
I did it once.
Oh, okay.
Like I had a really bad hand, and there was like I had a hand with 2 enemy controller, a contain, a bonfire, a poplar, and an emergency. And then I had to play through a snake eye board. And I was able to, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Because enemy controller for Appaloosa is just really strong.
That's pretty good indeed.
Yeah. 3 wanted. Broken card. 3 prosperity. Again, kind of just kind of standard, and it's just really good to dig for engine or non-engine.
Yeah.
And then talents, enemy controller, which I already talked about a bit, and then
yeah, you played this in the main.
Droplet. Because I am on board breakers. When I first picked up the deck again, I was on hand traps with like 9 hand traps, but that's just not enough in my opinion. Then my sibling came with the idea of running board breakers, and I tested it. And the first time I tested it was insane. It performed really well, so I stayed on it, and I'm really happy I did because they carried a lot of the time, a lot of games.
Yeah, that's great.
Like one of the games on like game 1 on feature, you also saw me use talents.
Yeah, for sure. That was great.
Yeah. Sadly, I used it kind of too late. I should have used it before I normal hydrant, but that's besides the point. And then the 2 traps, just no reinforce. That's in the side. Spoilers.
How many cards in total is that?
44.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's. I feel like it's better in Rescue to go over 40 because you don't want to see the traps or like you don't really want to see that. You have a lot of one-offs you don't want to see this.
Yeah, that's fair.
Then the extra deck. Then we have the package for Regulus to make Regulus. Like how I got the idea was I saw it on the Rescuers Discord. Someone made like a 2-card combo for Master Duel with just Sargos and Puzzlomino.
Yeah.
I decided to put Merrymaker in there too because it makes like a 1.5 card combo a lot better than just a 2-card combo or the 1-card combo. It's just really good, this combo. And for some reason, Puzzlemino is a spellcaster, which means you can go into Selene with it.
That's pretty neat, yeah.
Yeah. Then 1 Anima, just a really good card. Sometimes needed to combo. But it's just, yeah, it's a Link 1. IP didn't come up much. I mainly played it for like a option because generally my end board was with Appaloosa. But I played it as an option if I get Nibiru or if I was against Tenpai because I have a lot of trouble outing the field spell. So I have to have a way to out it, which would be going into SP.
Yeah.
And SP is just a broken card. So.
Totally.
Nothing to really say about that. The Charmers, both are really good. I have like they came up every match at least once, basically. Then Sunlight Wolf. Didn't summon it much, but it was basically in theory there for if I opened basically the 1.5 card combo without Diabellstar, so I wouldn't be able to go to Appaloosa with Selene. So I would just end on this, add back Lifter with at the end, so I can have like follow up for the next turn. Then I already talked about Selene, just really good to summon something back.
Sure.
Princess, just a general fire deck card, so it needs to be in there. Raging Phoenix, and Zealantis. This was very last minute actually that I put this in. I think it was like a week before Nats that I put this in because I wasn't on it because I played Access Code, but my siblings said like, "How are you going to out like a Melodious board?" And flipping everything face down with this is really good because one, they're not fusion summoned anymore, and also they aren't face up, so they can't float because they need to be face up to float.
True.
And this OTK line just actually came up more than Access Code did because this is just way better.
And way easier too, right?
Yeah, it's so much easier
Yeah,
to do.
yeah.
For Rescue Ace, it's relatively easy to go to Access Code because Preventer, Resummon,
Yeah.
you have so much ways to extend, but it's still a lot easier than Access Code. Then Appaloosa, it's just an insane card. This it should probably get banned, but
Yeah, the last one standing for
Yeah.
the Omni Negates, kind of, right?
yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And then Access Code. This generally I use this more to like out boards, like out the opponent's follow up instead of trying to OTK. Like when I already used my battle phase or something, I could summon this, then have like 3 banishes with like Dark, Hita, and Celine. So I could just pop the last 3 cards they have, and then have like my back row, and then they shouldn't be able to play. Which didn't necessarily come up in this event, but it is still something I really like about this card, just being freely able to destroy cards very easily, and it's just a really big body. So, and then the side deck, 3 Droll. I was deciding between Nibiru or Droll. Decided on Droll because it felt a bit better in my opinion, but it really depends on the format. I wasn't even sure if this was better than Nibiru. 3 Bestials. Was playing this because I was quite scared of Branded because I didn't expect necessarily a lot of Branded, but Gimmick Puppet Lock is just extremely annoying, and this is like one of the only outs for it.
See.
Guess Droplet also works, but then they don't need to not have Lost on field, which they have it a lot.
For sure.
I was against Branded once. It was someone from my locals actually that I did win from, and the Bestials did help in that matchup because I did see them. Then Duster and Lightning Storm. These are the only cards I actually never sided in. I never was against like a deck that relied on their back row, so I was like I didn't need them at all. So this is probably the only thing I would change about this list.
Yeah, but then again, if the format starts changing, it might be good again at some point, right? It's always with those back removals, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, exactly. It's just because like if I was against Labyrinth, which is one of my worst matchups, I would instantly side this in. But, it's just like I saw like 5 Snake Eye, and it just does nothing against that.
Fair, yeah.
So it didn't really matter in the end, but it was still there just to be sure. 3 Cosmic, also kind of against Tenpai throughout their field because I really hate that matchup, honestly. But also just it's for floodgates and stuff like that. It's just a good card for back removal.
Sure.
1 Reinforce, kind of for Tenpai, because it's a bit harder for them to OTK through a monster that has been reinforced. Because if I reinforce Turbulence, they have trouble going over that, especially with HQ up. And then 3D Barrier, again for Tenpai, also for Branded and Melodious. I saw it every match that I sat in, basically.
Oh, that is a good quote. That works.
Yeah, I really opened it, like, as you saw on stream, I did open it against Quantal.
True, true. Yeah,
and
you're right.
yeah, but yeah, that's everything.
Let's go. Then congratulations again on making top 16 there. And
thank
any final words or shout outs?
Well, shout out to my sibling because we test a lot, and he gave me the idea to play Board Breakers, and just to my locals gang, I guess, who I also tested quite a bit with, and who also helped a bit with making the deck. So, and of course, also thank you to the Rescue Ace Discord server because that also helped a lot.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much. Everyone, make sure to check out the other deck profiles from Dutch Nationals and see you soon here on the channel for more content.